see that.
I'm like giddy. Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this video. I'm super stoked about this one because this video is just fun all around, and it's fun to film, and it's fun for you guys, so I just really like it, and you guys really enjoyed the last one. So today I am doing a trying influencers workouts for a week. Now, I'm not trying like one specific person's week of workouts. I'm basically sticking to my own personal workout split, but I'm choosing a different influencer or content creator, I prefer that term, or creator to try their workout for what I would already normally be doing. So for example, like today is glutes and hamstring day, so I'm going to be choosing a creator that I want to try their hamstring and glute workout for the day. So I'm starting off this video with none other than the Libby for the glute and hamstring day. Her physique is like insane. I just have like, it's just beautiful. And by the way, I'm going to try to make this Instagram edition. So I'm going to try to only stick to these creators' Instagram workouts. So I was looking through her stuff and I found one that I think that I'd really enjoy. I don't know if this is biased because I like purposely picked this one, but basically she starts off with 3 sets of 8 of Sumo Deadlift. Then she goes into a barbell glute bridge, which I never do those, a double contraction RDL, which I love those, reverse lunge to curtsey lunge, which I have not done a curtsey lunge since like 06, and then lying hamstring curls. She did finish off with treadmill sprints, which every leg workout I'm looking at hers, it's like always finishing with sprints, and I hate to be that person that's like, I just like can't do them, but I don't have any sneakers. Like I just have my Vans and I don't want my feet to hurt, but maybe I'll do a couple treadmill sprints. I just feel like such a dweeb when I'm running in Vans, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to include that, unfortunately. I'm sipping on a little cocktail, an EHP Labs cocktail. I'm sipping on their Oxy Shred, their PSI, which is their non-stimulant pre-workout to help give me a pump, and their Oxy Glow collagen for my hair, skin, and nail health. There is a deal going on from now until the end of this month of March where there is a glow and go stack, meaning you can purchase the Oxy Shred and the collagen together, which I'm super stoked about, and it will give you 30% off that bundle, which is absolutely insane. Like, it is such an insanely good deal, and those are two of some of my most used products from EHP Labs, so it's such a freaking stellar deal, and it's only available if you shop through the link that I'll have listed down below, because it's only exclusively for my audience. You can't get it if you're like going to the main generic website. So if I were you, I would take advantage of the deal, boys. I'll have the link down below. All right, so here's my consensus review feedback. Overall, definitely was a good workout. For me, especially the Sumo Deadlifts, like I felt like I needed a 4th set for sure, as opposed to just 3 sets of 8. And then I personally would have put the double contraction RDLs first to train just the glutes, like in the lengthened position first. And just because like that's a harder move for me for sure, and I definitely would not have done 12 of those. Like 12 of those was very challenging, and not necessarily because it was like on my muscles, like it just was like there was a lot of time under tension with that exercise, so having that for 12 reps was just a lot. Like that to me would be a more appropriate exercise for like 8-ish reps. Again, could have maybe done 4 sets of that instead of 3. The barbell glute bridge, this is like a me thing. I just struggle with it in general. Like I do not feel it nearly as well as I do when I'm doing like a dead stop hip thrust or something of the sorts. Like it's just such a short range of motion, and like that just for me is an exercise that I just would put later, or in the workout for more volume, as opposed to like strength and progressive overload. But again, I think that's going to be very independent to me, just because I struggle with them. The reverse lunge to curtsey lunge, now she never specified that this was just a glute and hamstring workout. Just I chose this one because a lot of it was glute and hamstring focused. But this, again, so a lot of people like get a good glute pump from this. I really feel it a lot in my quads. I tried to have like a nice forward lean to have more of like a stretch in my glute the whole time and make sure my form was all there, to have it be more glute focused. I got like, I still felt it in my glutes, but it definitely, like, I would have saved that combination 100% for a quad day. And she did 8 reps of that, which was totally adequate in my opinion. Lying hamstring curl was superb as well. I feel like still such a dweeb because I didn't do the treadmill sprints, but like I just was not about to have my feet be fooked up because I was sprinting in Vans. Overall, good workout. Those were the things that I probably would have done differently. I didn't feel like I got a really good glute pump by any means from this workout. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8. It's still well structured. She hit a lot of compound movements. These are definitely effective exercises. I just would have changed a few things in terms of rep schemes and order. But overall, I'm gonna give it, she deserves an 8 for sure. All right, peeps, welcome to day 2 of the workout. So today is when I normally will hit full upper body, and I figured, I like literally when I was thinking about this, I was like, how did I not do them the first time? Like the first video I did this, because I love them. They're like iconic to me. I'm choosing the KKFit twins, which a lot of you guys also recommended in my question box, and I thought they were perfect for upper body day because their upper bodies are just like insane. So I kind of struggled to find one where they like very clearly put out the, like they wrote the reps and the sets as well. First we have cable tricep extensions for 3 sets of 10. Then we have a kneeling single arm press for 4 sets of 6, which is definitely gonna be very different for me. Cable rear delt fly for 4 sets of 10. Love that exercise. Push press, 3 sets of 5 to 6, which I never do those as well. Pull-ups, 4 sets of 6 to 8. We'll see, I'll do 4 sets till failure. And landmine row, 4 sets of 10. So I already feel like I know what I'm gonna say for my feedback without even doing the workout, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it is a little bit later and I'm changed. It's still the same day, but first of all, I'm proud of myself because I whipped through this workout like Superwoman. Whoa. I literally got through the whole thing in like 40 minutes, not even, which is really fast for me. And I just was rushing because I had to go to an appointment. So basically, I thought it was so odd that she started with tricep extensions, and just in general, I feel like I very am organized when I go about my workouts, and this seemed a little bit sporadic. Not super sporadic, but like, you know, we had isolation movements like within all of our isolation movements, honestly, were within the first 3 exercises, which if you guys have been following my content at all, you guys know I like my first 1 to 3 exercises to be compound movements, and that's pretty textbook. Like, it kind of should be that way. It doesn't have to be that way, but I just definitely would have put like that cable tricep extension and the cable rear delt fly at the end 100%. Like, just because especially like those pull-ups, that landmine row, the push press, like those are such big compound movements that I 100% would have started off the workout with those ones. Then I would have gone into the kneeling single arm press because it's a unilateral movement. Then I would have gone into the tricep extensions and the cable rear delt fly. So overall, it like definitely toasted me, but I just definitely would have reorganized everything. I thought the rep schemes and everything were fine. The sets were great, but I just definitely would have reorganized things. And I will say, like, this is something I was thinking about during my workout that is overlooked, especially because there's such an oversaturation of just like fitness influencers. I don't like calling them that. Content creators online who post fitness content, and they post their workouts and people are like, oh perfect, I'll just do that. Like, there is a difference with training for specific goals, and like there's a reason why I've never done KKFits upper body workouts before, because they look amazing and that's the physique they want. I personally don't want my upper body to look like that. I would never train like this on the regular for my upper body based on my upper body goals. I've trained similarly kind of to this style before with really heavy compound movements in the low rep range of like 6 reps for things. And I personally just do not like the way it makes my upper body look. I don't train for strength and necessarily hypertrophy with my upper body. I train more so for aesthetics, for just overall performance and athleticism, and more like so muscle endurance, I would say. So that's my review. If I had to give it out of 10, I would give it a 7, maybe a 6.5, somewhere in that range. But I still love you, KKFit twins, like 10,000%. Welcome to day number 3. Yesterday was a rest day for me, so I wasn't here at the gym, but today normally is my quad and glute focus day, and I couldn't help but think of Makayla Anissa. I just have to say, like, her and Gabby Shea are like my ideal body is me, because I love myself and I self-love. But if I had to choose, if I could choose, like Makayla Anissa and Gabby Sheehan, both of their bodies are just like superb in my opinion. So first she started off with deficit reverse lunges. Let me turn off the vehicle. First of all, deficit reverse lunges, 8 sets of 4. I feel like she normally 4 sets of 8. Thank you. I feel like she normally trains in that rep range, like 8 reps for 4 sets. Then she had heel elevated front squats, which I've never ever front squatted before, so that will be interesting. And then she did hip thrusts, again 8 sets Why do I keep saying 8 reps, 4 sets? And then she went into KAS hip thrusts, which are super similar to normal hip thrusts, but it's just a shorter range of motion to kind of help alleviate quad engagement and focus more on glute engagement. I personally still love normal hip thrusts better for sure. She didn't use a decline bench, which is gonna take me, it's gonna be really hard for me not to use a decline bench today. We'll see how it goes. Again, I feel like I already have feedback of what I would do differently just looking at this now, but we'll see how it feels. I'm also wearing a one piece today from Buff Bunny, which is super cute. Except literally, I feel like if I don't wear fully amplified bottoms, I literally feel like I don't have a butt. It's kind of a toxic trait that I have acquired now. So. Okay, first of all, the weather. Second of all, definitely had such a freaking phenom workout. Low-key went emo again because I was listening to Evanescence, I think is how you say it. Low-key screamo music, but then also me afterwards, I'm like, it's such like a beautiful day, like praise the uni. Okay, first of all, I'm turning this into a vlog, but like what else is new? So literally this, yet again, I don't know why, I just think it's so funny and I'm low-key flattered every time this happens. But a guy was like, what are you training for? And I was like, oh, nothing, like, literally, you know, like the TikTok trend where it's like crazy. I'm like, that's sort of me like, no, I'm just psycho. And I'm trying to lift like 4 times I'm trying to hip thrust 4 times my body weight, like for no reason in particular, like I'm just psycho. Like, but here's the consensus. The thing is, I definitely would have swapped, which like, I don't know why she didn't do this. I 100% would have put the front squats first and then would have done the reverse lunges. Again, that's just like, it just makes the most sense to me. Like start with your biggest moves that yield the heaviest load, which is definitely like a bilateral, meaning both like limbs are involved, and like a closed chain movement such as like a front squat. And then I would have gone into the iso, the unilateral move that's a little bit more isolated, causes more stability, yields less weight. So I would have done front squat first, then deficit reverse lunges. Loved the deficit. I also loved the rep scheme of 8 reps, 4 sets. Like I feel like it made the workout go quickly. I also loved only the 4 exercises. Also I felt like made the workout go quickly. And then in terms of the hip thrust and then the KAS bridges. So if you're unfamiliar with the KAS bridge, like I said, it's basically like a shorter range of motion than a hip thrust. So like if you were to look at someone from the side doing a hip thrust, their shins, or comes to a point where their shins are gonna come down, like they're gonna come back like this. They're not gonna be completely vertical. So the KAS bridge is kind of, you go down in a hip thrust until just before your shins would need to cave in to fill out that range of motion and hit the depth of a hip thrust. I don't love KAS bridges. Today was probably the best they felt ever that I've ever done them. I just love me a good long range of motion and a good stretch in the muscle and like a long time under tension. I just feel like they're some of the most underrated components when it comes to muscle growth. So here I just felt like it was definitely redundant to do hip thrusts and then KAS bridges, especially 4 sets of each. It was super similar move and I just feel like it was redundant. I would have loved to see like a lateral movement at the end to hit like our smaller glute muscles, our glute medius and minimus, like just any abduction movement, right? Or like a lateral lunge, something like that, I think would have been a lot more efficient and a lot more effective, because like I said, I feel like this was a little bit redundant, and then I feel like that would have been a very well-rounded quad and glute workout. Overall, I feel like this is the workout I liked the best. Now I forgot what I rated everything. I still feel like I kind of don't feel like I want to give it a 9. Like a 9 is like almost perfect. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. 8.75, Makayla. I'm gonna do an 8.75. But overall, like, great workout. And also, oh my gosh, how could I forget? I freaking I did another PR, you guys. I don't even know how much weight it was. Wait, let me calculate real quickly, because 315 plus 50 pounds. Yo, I did 365 pounds on my hip thrusts. Like, I literally, my max before was 335. So I added 30 more pounds for those full 8 reps. I only did it for the last 3 sets of hip thrusts, and then I did them for the first 2 sets of KAS bridges, and then I got tired. And this is actually a very important lesson. I got tired with those KAS bridges, so for the last 2 sets, I took off those 25 pounds and went down to 315 pounds instead, because I didn't reach the full max extension, and that's so important with any like glute bridge or KAS bridge or hip thrust, because the most difficult part of these movements is when your glutes are in the shortened position or at that peak contraction when you're fully lacted at the top. So as you can tell, at the end, I kind of wasn't reaching full extension. I had like a little bit extra of a thrust I could have gone to make myself a full tabletop and be parallel with the ground. And that's when you know you're either doing too many reps or with that weight, or you're just lifting too much weight. So that's why I went down, to make sure I was getting that full range of motion and really having a nice squeeze and thorough contraction. Also, the other thing I wanted to say, sorry, this is a really long update, but the other thing is, that was my first time ever doing barbell fronts. Yeah. Yes, barbell front squats. I've never done them before. And my friends always say like there's so much core engagement, and I never really got it. There's so much core engagement. Like my core was like tired. Like, you know, people say like, oh yeah, your core is engaged in compound movements. Like, yes, but this, like, my core felt like I just literally did an ab workout, like crunches. Like, that's how much I felt it in my core. So that was super surprising. I loved the range of motion. The movement patterns felt so much more fluid than normal back squats. I always struggle with squats, but that front squat felt like superb. That was just great. Like, I just feel like that was really good. All right, welcome to the final day of this video. It went by quick, but nevertheless, we are here. I'm not gonna lie, the thought of having to do a full body workout right now today, I was like, should I do it tomorrow? Like, because I am sore from yesterday's leg day. But I got plans this weekend, and I kind of just want to power through and get it finished with. So our last and final creator is someone who is super knowledgeable, makes super like thorough, insightful, science-backed YouTube videos, and then also posts amazing workouts on Instagram. It is none other than the Natasha Oceane. Never have known how to say her last name. So many of you guys recommended her, and so many of you guys recommended her during my last video, so I definitely wanted to try out her stuff. I saw other like HIIT workouts by her, but then I finally found this one that I feel like is perfect in terms of like the full body functional style of workout that I usually do this day, instead of more like generic HIIT that's a lot shorter. This one consists of 7 moves, 3 rounds, 30 seconds on, and then about like 20 to 40 seconds of rest time between moves. So first we have prisoner stationary shuffles. Then we have bear position commandos, which I've never tried those before. Squat thrust to heel tap squat hold. Interesting that she called it a squat thrust. I definitely would have called that like a half burpee. Then we have a standing single leg tuck. Love this type of movement. Great for stability, core. I love those more like slower controlled movements because I feel like they're not my forte. Then we have a side plank double crunch. That seems challenging. She does elbow to knee and then hand. Okay, she has elbow to knee and then she lifts her leg up in the air. That's going to be challenging. Then we have some sort of ballerina looking-esque situation. We have prisoner squat jumps with crossover. That actually seems really fun. Then to end off, we have a crab hip thrust with reach. Okay, so for some of these, she has reps actually, and it's not only for timed. That one seems nice and fun as well. So lots of different moves. I don't think I've done any of these ever before. Not these specific variations at least, so this shall be interesting. Yeah. I need to take a second. I feel tired. Like, my body's just tired. I took like an extra long warm-up than normal. Also because it's not clear, like I did my own warm-ups for all these workouts. I made sure to foam roll deep, had a lot of dynamic stretching going on, so I didn't really feel sore during the actual workout itself. So here's my consensus. First of all, there's a few exercises that I just didn't enjoy. One was the prisoner stationary shuffles. Like, I just felt really awkward doing them. And I mean, it's like a jazzercise movement, which I understand. When I say jazzercise, like, it's kind of just like something to get your heart rate up, which I understand, but I just didn't love it. Bear position commandos, I kind of feel like I wasn't doing them totally right. The second time I did them, I put like my butt down lower to my heels, but she just looked different than I did. Like, I just felt like I looked way more hunched than she did. The squat thrust to heel tap side to side shenanigans, I enjoyed that, nothing bad to say. The standing single leg tuck was challenging, not only for like stability and stuff and balance, but like it was like getting me like sweaty, and I didn't think that'd be an exercise that would. The freaking side double plank crunches, whatever, they sucked. I'm just gonna say I hated those. They were so hard. In this video, she looks like she's not even like teetering. I was like crumbling trying to keep my hips up. One side was better than the other side, but like they were so hard. Like, I was like, after I said like the F word, I was like, that was so hard. The prisoner squat jump with the crossover, that was harder than I thought to do the crossover and like uncross your legs in time to come back down. So that was a fun touch. I enjoyed that. And then even the crab hip thrust with the reach, that was harder than I thought it was. Like, that was a very different functional movement for me. I could feel like a stretch all up in my arm when I would extend. And again, that got me like kind of sweaty and out of breath, and I didn't think that it would. So overall, like these exercises were great because they were pretty, I mean, I would say they're pretty low impact for the most part, except for like 2 of those exercises, but like they're pretty low impact and like low speed, but they were like slow burners. Like it wasn't as like high intense, but they were still super challenging. I feel like I personally would have put the squat thrust to heel tap squat hold that's such a long name, but I feel like I would have put the third exercise first, and I would have put those prisoner stationary shuffles third. Like I probably would have swapped those two, because the prisoner stationary shuffle, like again, if you're a regular on my channel, I feel like they're similar to like my rotating toe taps. Like the same reason why I would include those. Like it's kind of like an active recovery, something to stay moving but without like tiring out any more muscles. It's just kind of keep your heart rate up. So I definitely wouldn't have started with that. I would have kind of used that as like an active rest period in the middle of the workout. But honestly, like this was good. This was a challenging workout. I kind of want to tie this with Makayla's workout from yesterday, even though they're completely in different lanes. But I'm gonna give it still the 8.75. I don't think I'm gonna give this an 8.5, and Makayla's an 8.75 like I did, because I enjoyed this one, but it didn't get me like super sweaty. It more so was just like the exercises were challenging, but I wasn't necessarily like winded or super sweaty. It just was a different challenge, which isn't a bad thing. So overall, I liked Makayla's workout the best. I'll put that as number 1. I'll put Natasha's workout, full body workout, as number 2. Number 3, I'm gonna put, again, I feel like I'm biased because I just like training lower body better, but like 3, I want to put Libby's, but I feel like I liked her, the way she structured it better. Then last, I'm gonna do KKFit. All right, you guys, that is it for this Trying Influencers Workouts for a Week Instagram edition. I have so many more ideas for different variations that I want to do for this types of videos that I'm gonna slowly be releasing as we move forward. So if you like this video and want to see more that are similar to this, then definitely drop a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss it. But that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sending you guys so much love, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one, which the next video is going to be a packing for Hawaii video. Oh my god, crazy.